everyone, welcome to today's video. Today I'm doing a foundation review on the new Cover FX Power Play foundation. This foundation recently launched. Obviously it's by Cover FX and I was very intrigued. It didn't have very many reviews. I hadn't heard a lot about it, so I was like, I want to try it. And then I got it in the mail and I was like, what the hell? Why is this so expensive and so small? But then I looked and it's 35 mils, which, you know, like is a little above average for a foundation. A foundation is usually around 30 mils, so it was a little bit expensive. This retails for $52 Canadian, but it's really small, but like the volume is fairly average, so I don't understand. For reference, this is the Fenty Beauty foundation and it is 32 mils. And look at the size difference. Like, this must be really thick glass to make us believe that this is so much bigger and has so much more volume than this one. Just weird. Just a weird concept that I noticed. So it is a bit pricey. It's $52. You get 35 mils. The shade range is really good. There's equal representation for white women versus women of color, which is something that's a huge issue in the industry. So I applaud Cover FX for that. There's 40 shades, so they have a great array of undertones and they make it really easy to find your shade. I found this one and it was a very close shade match. It doesn't say what shade it is, but this is the fairest one in the neutral undertone. So they have cool undertones, neutral undertones, warm undertones, and warm golden undertones. So you have a very good chance of finding your perfect shade match, which is great. It's a matte full coverage finish, so if you have dry skin, this probably wouldn't be recommended. So the first thing I noticed when I opened this foundation is it's plastic. If I'm paying $52 for a foundation, like, you think that they would make it a little more luxe, but that being said, it is probably really good for travel because it's less likely to break. But it also comes in a very odd applicator. It's like a squeezy bottle. I don't think I've ever used a foundation with a squeezy bottle. I'm trying to think, but I really don't think that I have. They've always had a pump or something. So I thought the packaging was a little off and honestly a little cheap feeling for $52. So yeah, I'm going to apply it. I'm wearing it right now. I'll zoom you in. This is what it looks like. My skin looks okay. It looks pretty good. I don't know how it clings to dry patches because I don't have any. I'm very oily. That's my skin type. So I thought this matte foundation would be good for me. So if you want to see my first impressions while applying it and see how it applies, then just keep watching. All right, so let's shake up the bottle and see how this applies. I'm kind of nervous. I have high hopes. Okay, so I'm just opening it up and it's in a squeezy bottle. I find that kind of strange. I'm not sure how to apply it, if I should go like put it on the back of my hand and then dip my sponge into it, or just kind of squeeze it on my face. Probably the back of my hand, right? So this is supposed to be full coverage in a matte finish, which is right up my alley. So shade match, I did a good job. Oh, that is nice. Okay, I wouldn't say first impression, like it doesn't go on full coverage. Let's see if I can zoom you in to if you can see, like, you can still see my acne scarring through there, and I don't find that a particularly hard area to cover since it's just like scarring, if that makes sense. I don't know, maybe it'll be buildable. I feel like I'm using a lot of product. I already used half of what I put on my hand. The finish so far is nice. It's not clinging to my skin in a weird way, which is always good. But I don't have dry skin, so I don't know if it'll cling to dry spots. This isn't made for dry skin though, so yeah, definitely not full coverage. I don't know what they're really meaning by that. I mean, I don't care if it's medium coverage. It's not something that made me buy the product, was that, oh, it's full coverage. I also feel like this squeezy thing might waste a lot of product, you know, like you're not gonna be able to get all of it out. I don't know how I feel about it. I've never seen a foundation in like a squeezy bottle. I don't think. Have you? I don't know. Okay, so here is where my acne is. My breakout. I don't have like chronic acne, but I did break out because it's that time of the month. So let's see how it covers that. I'll put it right on the blemish and we can see. Yeah, so you can still see it. That spot was pretty red though. So I'll go back in and see if adding more will help. And another thing that's nice about this foundation as I'm applying it is it doesn't seem to dry crazy quickly. That's what I find with the Fenty Beauty, is it kind of is a bit hard to apply just because it dries down so fast. Okay, so let's try and go in and apply a little more to see. It's probably very buildable, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, you can still kind of see it, but that's okay. I wouldn't call it full coverage. I think I'm gonna get my best friend to try this because she has some dry patches, and I think it's really important to see how it applies over dry patches because, you know, even if you have oily skin in the winter, sometimes it can dry, you know? So now I'm just gonna apply some Shape Tape. If other products don't really react well with this foundation, then I won't find myself reaching for it. I'll probably return it. So that's always an important part for me. That was a lot of concealer. I'm really tired today though, so it's fine. Yeah, they seem to be blending in well together. Let's see if I can show you a little more. Yeah, they seem to blend fairly flawlessly into each other, so that's awesome. I don't even think I primed my face. I'm just realizing that. Shit. So now I'm just setting everything with some Laura Mercier translucent powder. It does feel slightly tacky before you set it, but that's fairly typical of foundations. It's nothing super annoying. That's pretty impressive actually for not using primer. I didn't realize that I forgot to put a primer on. So it's not really sinking into my pores or anything. So I just looked in the mirror of truth. I have this makeup mirror that literally makes your makeup look so bad. And it looks okay in that mirror. Like, it doesn't look great, but it looks okay. And that's saying a lot. But so far so good, and we'll see how it wears throughout the day. And that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. So yeah, as you can see, I don't find this foundation extremely full coverage. But I do like the finish, and I want to see how it wears and how it holds up against my oil because I produce a lot of it. So yeah, I will see you in a bit when I do a couple check-ins, but my first impression is that I do like the foundation. I'm not in love with it, but I do think it looks nice. Hey guys, so now it is currently 6:45 p.m. so I've been wearing this foundation for almost 9 hours now, and I have to say I'm really not impressed with how it's been holding up. Let's see if I can zoom you in. My oil has pretty much broken through. Oh yeah, you can really see it there. All the foundation, especially around here, it's worn off. I just find that foundations such as Fenty Beauty work better for me. It just didn't do what it was gonna say it did. Like, my skin looks disgustingly shiny. It said it was gonna control oil and, you know, remain a matte finish and be long wearing, and it just wasn't for me. So I think I'm gonna have to return that. Just not impressed with it. I find that even my Wet n Wild Photo Focus kind of holds up better than this one. Yeah, so it's not for me. Initially it was pretty if you when it was applied. But now I am not a fan. So yeah, that kind of sucks. If you have any recommendations for any really good foundations for oily skin, or even just any like super long lasting foundations, please let me know, because I'm always on the lookout for a holy grail. I still haven't found it. The closest I've come is Fenty Beauty. So yeah, that's kind of a downer. But at least I'm honest, right? So I think that's gonna go back to Sephora because I'm not willing to pay $52 for something that just doesn't work. And that is it for today's video. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more foundation reviews, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!